Awesome.
Oh, this is what happens when we don't stream for a long time. Hi, everybody! Welcome!
Hello.
Welcome to the regeneration cycle. I got all dressed up. Size build day. I'm trying to. I didn't really, guys. I woke up a half hour ago. It's fine. It's fine. How are you, Sai?
I'm doing great, except for the fact that I had a little bit of trouble preparing, so unfortunately I'm not going to be on camera because I cannot fit in my dental appliance right now. So, there we are.
Yep. Oh
I,
gosh, hold on.
I am not going to be known across YouTube as Snaggletooth Cyborg. How are you, Shae?
Busy. Really, I think that's the only way to describe it. Haha, I'm back. I swear. I'm sorry. I had to move something. We're good now. But yeah, no, I've been insanely busy. It has been ridiculous. Everybody panicked over everything, and a lot of people resigning around where I work. So there's just been a lot going on, and yeah. So, it's been nuts. But I did find out that provided that there is no furlough, or if there is a furlough, that it's incredibly short-lived. And that, I guess there's a strike, a German airport workers strike going on right now. If that, stops being a thing, then I will be going to Germany in April, and I'm very excited.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So that'll be nice. But if, if those things don't happen, I won't be here. So it's fine. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it all goes. I'm hoping I can go because this is like the last time that I can get the Air Force to pay for it. As you all see, we are at 412 days left. I'm very ready to retire. Like, beyond ready. I just want to retire. I have so many things that I want to do for my businesses. Sai knows about most of them. There's been a lot that I've been talking about, and I'm almost done with my bachelor's degree. The last 3 classes of my degree plan have been actually very useful. Unlike the earlier however many classes I ended up taking, which were
all.
Yeah, which were, I mean, they're fine, but the problem with being an adult learner, this far on, and a person with military experience is the vast majority of college courses that I take are rehashing of things I already know and already do. So I'm taking it so somebody else will recognize that I understand how to do the thing I've been doing for however many years. So that always makes it
Easier.
It makes it easier, but it makes it more tedious. So I already know everything in the class. Which
I was
means
jumping in before you could say boring and regurgitative.
Like, it's good information. I know it, so my brain doesn't want to do the work because my brain's like, we've already done the work. And it's like, okay, but they don't know that. Like, we have to do it again. So
welcome to me and homework throughout my scholastic career. What do you mean? What do you mean? Prove to you I know it. That's what the test is for.
Right.
So the homework is to teach you. That's what the book is for.
I think one of my favorite moments was having. And this has happened more than once, having collegiate professors tell me that I didn't do something, or I didn't explain a concept well enough, I didn't cite my sources well enough, and then I get to turn back around and say, you mean this entire page where I talked about that exact thing, or all of these sources that I put everywhere? Those things are things I didn't do, and then they never say, my apologies, I missed that. They never say, oh, I'm sorry, I got you mixed up with another student, which, like, all reasonable. I would understand all of that. Instead, they just say, grade corrected. And I'm like, oh, not even going to admit that you were wrong. That's cool. So, but I'm almost done. We're almost finished with this degree plan. I am so ready. And then I'm gonna try and start my master's and get the military to pay for as much of my master's as I can before I retire, because it's free money and why not? I might as well. I've already earned it.
You have earned it.
After all of the shit I've put up with. So, Sai, how have you been with everything and your, build day that was almost a month ago?
So, my build day was awesome. Let me tell you all about it. So,
Please.
I'm going to briefly detail. No, it's not briefly detail, because if I briefly detail, the stream will be 12 minutes long. So, let's see. To get the ball rolling, I got a million D little presents from Shae. I got a 12-year-old bottle of scotch,
Yep.
which is amazing. I got, let me see here, the crystal decant. Well, no, the the glass decanter in the shape of Donald Trump's head. Did you get me a whiskey glass or the aged or the burnt oak thing?
The burnt oak thing was Christmas. The
Yes.
whiskey glass was your birthday.
Yes, there we go. That said,
Of which you left here.
that said Prezi Dent.
It was it was made in China. What do you want from me?
Those Chinese, they are so literate. Let's see. Through Shae's friend, I got a really awesome opportunity to have eyebrows for the first time in my life. So we did that a bit after my birthday, went over to her house and took a few hours me reclining in a chair while she gave me prison tattoo chola eyebrows. That was amazing.
Hold up. They're not chola. Ali did a phenomenal job and they were beautiful.
They are beautiful.
They are beautiful.
I am scheduled for my touch-up
Mm-hmm.
in mid to late April.
Yep.
Because you need to do it twice. So
to really make sure the ink stays, yeah.
Looking in the mirror right now, I have eyebrows for the first time in my life. So that's really amazing.
It is awesome.
They're going to be bigger and bolder next time after the touch-up. Hello, Moromi. So I'm building towards. There we go. Hi, Leek.
Hello, Leek.
So I'm building up from smallest to biggest. Let me see here. There you go, Leek. You have a name now.
Yay.
Oh, yes, for Jason.
Yes, for Jason.
For Jason.
All right. So let's see. Eyebrows. Eyebrows were amazing. We went out. Was it the Saturday or the Friday?
Saturday.
Okay, we went out the Saturday after my build day to what was supposed to be a haunted tavern, which turned out to be something. It was something.
It was something. It was fun to make fun of. It was very fun to make fun of. But
cheap and hideous drinks in plastic cups.
Yeah. I actually I got hung over. I didn't get drunk from them, but I got fucking hung over from them, which was abysmal.
Yes, I drank 2. I gave Shae 2 of my other ones. So
You gave me 3. You gave me 3 out of 4. You gave me 3 out of 4. Don't
did
even.
I? I had the punch.
You didn't have the full punch.
I had the punch when we came in. I finished all of it.
Did you? Okay. That's the one that you did, because it was everyone after that you gave to me. You didn't even... You took 1 sip of the coconut and said no. You had 1 sip of the other one and said
I had
no,
the lemon.
And then you didn't drink the full thing.
Anyway.
I drank 3 of your drinks.
Anyway, it was hideous. It tasted
really
like
bad.
drugstore liquor.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. Hello, some person.
I know why you think you drank all the punch. I remember now.
Didn't you give me
drank-
your punch?
No, you drank half of it and then you dumped the rest of yours in my cup.
Oh.
and then you held on to the empty cup so you could feel like you drank it all. That's what happened.
Oh, whatever. It was horrible. It was all horrible. and then it was like this. All right, I want you to imagine community theater without budget. No, without spending any of the budget on sets. Like the lighting,
it was a Spirit Halloween situation.
The lighting was like Spencer's or Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
They had a fake doorway that was made out of cardboard. It was bless their hearts. It was horrible.
Them. And we were sat on really terrible folding chairs.
Bless your heart.
Like in this little
vaguely cushioned folding chairs inside a painted white brick room.
Yeah, that looked like the entryway to an actual like bigger building, but we just stayed in the little entry bay of it.
No, that was all. That's all to that building.
That's it. That is a worthless building. Why does it exist?
I don't know. Ask Annapolis. So that's terrible. Anyway, $50 a head, and there were about
55.
And there were about 100 people there. No, 60.
No,
60.
Maybe 50. Like 60. There was not. Okay, I'll give you 60. There was not many.
And
2 bathrooms for all of us.
As in a male and a female, and people left.
They weren't. It wasn't male and female. They were unisex bathrooms.
Oh. So, same diff. And people were leaving. It was so bad. It was bad.
It was bad.
Now,
it was funny.
Now, the one that had the fairy wings tattoos on her back, she was decent.
Yeah, but when she came out, her accent was so thick I couldn't understand anything she was saying for a good minute. It took a long time.
Yes, to acclimate to that.
She knows what she's saying, but there was no lead into that, and she talked so fast that it was like, I don't know what half her story is. Like, I leaned over to Jared, was like, I don't know what happened. I'm like,
we went there with our friends Jared and Allie.
Yes.
And Shae also kind of befriended the 2 chicks sitting to her left, mainly the one immediately to her left. And I just MST3K'd the whole fucking thing. I MST3K'd the whole fucking thing. And so we had a hilarious time, but it was a complete waste of time and money.
So I remember one of the jokes that I made with the RNs, because they were, they're nurses. They're sat next to me, and they were like, wow, this is pretty terrible. And I was like, right. And we had talked about if some emergency or something were to happen. And I was like, well, I mean, I'm military, so it'll be fine. Like, I was just joking. And they went, well, we're RNs, so we'll just stick with you. And between that, we'll all be fine. I was like, yeah, I don't know what the other fuckers are going to do, but we'll be okay.
I think it's time you just sound the retreat and push your way out. It was horrible. We stayed the entire time.
We did.
Our friend Jared drove on the way there and almost killed us 2 different ways at the same time. Because he doesn't believe in looking at traffic before turning out from a side street.
It's okay. I saved us.
You did.
Jared, stop! It's fine. It was good. It was a stupid night. It was a stupid event, but it was fun because we went with our friends. The drinks were terrible.
Oh.
We're really
Shae,
bad.
pull up pictures and share them. I can't because your DM with me is broken, which is what I've been.
I can't either if you would have seen anything.
I can't.
You can't even see in the preview pane where it says my DM with you doesn't work. Our DM is broken together. I can't bring up any of those pictures that way.
Okay. I am going to leave this conversation.
How dare you?
You shut up. We had to do this once before.
I know.
And now I'm going to DM you.
X doesn't like our love.
It does not.
X has become evangelical.
It's like, I'm sorry, we can't have this. This can't be a thing.
Wow.
Still doesn't work.
Mine does.
Mine
Did you delete yours?
Well, I'm gonna have to now.
Wow.
Send me a message again.
By the way, I got the warning, might contain graphic whatever.
For
For you.
us. Me?
Yes.
Who the fuck You know what? It's because I dropped an F-bomb at some point and somebody was like, that is not child-friendly. I'm like, nothing that I say is child-friendly, okay? If your kids can't handle a couple of F-bombs and a whole lot of real harsh truth, you should probably not have them anywhere near me.
That is true. That is true.
By the
All
way,
right,
Shae, your hair looks
Yes.
lovely.
Thank you. It's pissing me off right now, and I hate the way that it's laying, but you know, I appreciate it.
Oh, I
Si's
might
not
have...
on camera, so therefore I can't make any comments.
Oh, and the other thing. So I was going through a list.
Yep.
So, other
Checking it
things.
twice?
I will punch you in the cunt. I will buy you a prosthetic cunt just to punch you in it.
Okay.
So, Shae decided... I found the picture, by the way. You don't need to worry about it.
Okay, well, 2 of them are eventually going to send to you because we're still having the picture issue. Is anybody else having that picture issue in DMs where you try to send pictures and they don't work?
If I send it from gallery, it doesn't work. I have to go into the DM, hit the share picture button, and select it from there.
That's how
Then
I
will
did
send.
it, and that's how I did it, and it's not sending.
This was us getting ready to go out. So
Yes.
I anticipated this, smoke machine, goth, vampy, attempt to be spooky kind of thing. It was
Yeah.
not. It was
It was
not.
not. It was not.
So-
I had Sai tie me up into a corset for this thing. The
And I-
girls boosted up and everything.
I
Aaron barely
yanked.
breathed.
I yanked hard.
She did. Could barely breathe.
So, the week after my build day, still part of this celebration because we were working out logistics to be able to do this. We could only do it a couple of days a week. And Shae had work and volleyball and stuff like that. So, I went and got 3 piercings. One in the edge of the cleavage in my left ear, one more in the...
Cartilage.
That's what I said. One more in the flat part of the cartilage on my right ear, and then I got my septum pierced. So, that is awesome. I've wanted those things for a while. You will see them the next time I'm on camera. They're all healing really well. The swelling in my ears is going down. When you pierce the cartilage of your ears, it really pisses them off. So, but yeah, those are both progressing nicely, and I have had almost no trouble. After the first 3 days of having my septum pierced, it has calmed way the fuck down. So that's awesome. My only difficulty is actually, at this point, really blowing my nose hard, because that causes vibration through your septum. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I found a few different cute piercings that I am going to get at some point between now and when I am allowed to change it. So that will be cool. And then once Allie and Jared, once we all went back to their place after that catastrophic fucking... So my friend was in a community theater group back in Florida. Their productions look like fucking Broadway compared to what this was. But once we got back from that thing, our friends decided to surprise us and accelerate the timeline of getting rid of a vehicle that they have that they don't want to take with them when the husband of that couple gets stationed elsewhere in April. The plan was for that car to go to Shae, and then I would have Shae's car, which would be amazing because I've just been borrowing my mom's when I need a car, which has really put a fucking damper in my ability to get to Shae without her committing 10 hours to come down and get me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which has been rough.
they traded off that car to Shae, and ever since then, I have had Shae's old car, which is amazing. It is parked out in front of my mom's house right now. I have a fully functional, much bigger than a Miata car. It's a Chevy Cobalt, which is still much bigger than a Miata.
I mean, it's not huge, but Sai fits in it a lot better than I do.
The air conditioning works, the heating works. It's not a convertible with tape trying to keep out rain. It's awesome. So that is what I am considering my hugest birthday present. And Shae, do you want to tell the funny part of the car story and how I basically have a car with, great new tires, reasonably new tires, and some amazing front brakes.
Okay. So what ended up happening is my brakes have been pretty iffy
They've been horrible
on that car. Yeah, they've been pretty bad. And Sai decided that what they wanted to do with their birthday money was to replace the brakes. And when they replaced the brakes, it wasn't the brake pads. It was the calipers. It was the rotors. It was taking everything and replacing everything. And it's good that they did because, oh my gosh, it drives so much better. But
legitimately, when she would try to brake at any moderate to high speed, the car felt like it was shaking apart.
Yeah, it was really, really bad. So Sai does all of this and is like, this is what I want to spend my money on because I want to make sure that you're safe when you're driving and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. And Jared came over and helped Sai finish.
He did one side while I did the other side.
Because it turned out to be a much bigger task than we were originally thinking it was going to be.
I was just going to do rotors, and then I'm like, no, I can't just do rotors. These calipers look old.
Calipers are fucked.
They weren't releasing well, and I know that can lead to a lot of problems. So I'm like, no, I'm doing this.
So long story short, Sai ended up replacing their own brakes because that's now the car that Sai has. So
yes.
The birthday present to Sai was new brakes for Sai because I got to use them for like 2 trips and then.
But they were amazing.
They were very nice. They work super well. But yeah, so that was kind of the funny. It all just honestly, Allie and Jared are amazing.
My birthday money used for your car, given to me.
Yes.
I should fix your shit more often. It'll come to me.
Right?
By the way, is the cat in the window? Because I keep seeing that curtain flutter a little bit.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yes, he is.
You can't see him at all.
You can see his tail.
No.
His tail is wrapped around.
No.
Oh no, you can't see him. I'd have to turn the camera. I'm not doing that. But yeah, he's back there.
So that was my birthday. It was an amazing time. I got to spend 2 weeks with Shae. It was lovely and it was relaxing, and we got to just live life. It wasn't a matter of.
It was very nice.
It wasn't a matter of we're gonna go do like monumentous things. There were no huge projects or anything other than the car. And
even that wasn't supposed to be a huge project. That was a fly by the seat of your pants kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a 1 hour thing that turned into a 4 hour thing
Yeah.
because I had the brakes basically disassembled, and so I couldn't go get the calipers. We had to invite Jared over we had
to beg Jared to come. No, we didn't have to beg him. He was really nice, but we had to be like, hey Jared, can you help us out a little bit?
Yeah. So, and he did. And he had done brakes before, awesome. And I had done brakes before. And let me tell you, the brakes on her car are so much easier than on a 80s Thunderbird. Because on the Thunderbird, you basically had to take out the, I forget what the bearings are at the end of the axle, but you had to take those off to deal with the rotor. And on hers, you could just take the rotor off. It was nice. Now, in full disclosure, I hammered the shit out of one of her rotors to get it to release, but it did.
Fun.
But yeah, that was the night that we went to the off community theater, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I got
Because I got the great idea of I don't want you driving there on these brakes, so let's
yes.
replace your brakes before we go do this thing that we already had tickets for.
Yes. That we could
great.
not be late for. It was
Super.
so good.
Super well planned.
Yes. Yes, brake dust under my nails. It was cool. No.
So,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask how you've been, Leek. So
Oh, kind of reminds me of when me and my brother, we were going to go see Cold Chamber up in Dallas, and we're on our way there. His car starts overheating. He replaces the part that he needs to replace. Meanwhile, we're in the middle of San Antonio when this happens, and he starts driving, and it starts to overheat again. And he pulls over. I'm like, dude, squeeze the hose to push the air out. You just refilled the thing. It's going to have air trapped in the engine. Oh no, oh no, no. So we ended up taking several more hours. Ended up borrowing someone else's vehicle. Went up there. We were late for the concert, and he had the VIP stuff, so we missed the signing before the show.
that sucks.
But it was fine because after the show, we got to meet up with the guys afterwards.
That's
So,
cool.
except for the lead singer, he didn't want to come out. He was too tired. It's like, really?
I mean, I would be that person, but I would be like, I don't want to meet people anyway.
So Shae,
So-
am I sharing these?
Not in a minute. I uploaded them.
Oh, okay.
But-
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Continue, Leek.
So, then we end up getting back, and what does the mechanic say? Oh, you have air trapped in there. You need to squeeze the hose to push all that air out.
And then you just stared at him with this like,
No, I literally threw my hands up in the air like I was fucking it, because no one wants to fucking listen to Leek. No, Leek never knows what the fuck he's talking about. No, fuck him.
Boy.
No, he never knows. No. Every single fucking time.
I mean, but you're you, so.
That is
I'm
true.
kidding. I'm kidding. I said, but you're you, so I mean. No, Leek knows lots of stuff, guys. Leek knows things and stuff, so you should listen to Leek sometimes. I'm not gonna say all the time.
By the way, Leek, I'm counting those comics you got me at the con as a birthday present. So thank you for the comics.
Oh. Yeah, no problem.
Anything else going on? How's things been for you? Has it been crazy for you with all of the shit?
So, it's funny because, my brother works in same sector and whatnot. He's like, my supervisor was telling me there we might get furloughed. I'm like, dude, we are not going to get furloughed. She doesn't know what she's talking about. You know why? Because we are NAF. We are not going to get furloughed. Well, it's different this time. I was like, dude,
It's
I've
different
been
this time because
through
people are
I've
freaking
been
out
through
differently, that's
about
all it
3 or
is.
4 shutdowns already. We're not getting furloughed.
By the way, the Senate approved the spending bill. So
Oh, imagine that.
33 minutes ago.
So,
Yay! Now I just need the airport strike in Germany to stop.
imagine that. A party who currently has 21% approval rating
Isn't going to shut down the government because they realize that if they shut down the government, people are going to see, oh, we don't need a lot of this shit.
And also on top of that, it was literally the exact same bill that was approved by Biden last year.
Yeah, like November, December. This just kicked the can by 6 months while they work out the entire budget
Yeah.
to
Oh,
incorporate
I'm
the.
gonna. You know what? I'm gonna smack freaking Jared. Jared was the one that was like, "Oh, looks like there's strikes in Germany. You might not get to go." It was a 24-hour strike. It's been done for 3 days. That butthead.
You know what? Send a message to him.
I'm going to. I'm gonna message him and be like, "You're a butthead. That strike was only 24 hours. It was a 24-hour walkout. That's all that it was." Because they're German. They're like, "Hey, we're serious. You need to listen to us and pay us better. So we're going to walk out and all of your flights are going to get canceled, but we'll be back tomorrow. Because they're like, we're not cruel. We're just making a point.
Hello, Eric.
Eric.
I am a party people.
We're a party cyborg.
I am people adjacent.
Also, so we've had a couple different people say hey. So hello, Jason. Hello, Mike McMahon. Hello, Maromi. Some person. Leek. Michael T. And Eric. Wonderful to see you all. I'm sorry it's been so long. There's been so many things that have been working against us.
Yeah, like that. More. Go ahead.
I was gonna say me getting horribly sick before you came down.
Yep.
Which, I mean, I don't think that I have ever in the history of me calling the nurse advice line have called them 3 days in a row and for 3 days in a row had them be like, girl, stay in bed.
Girl.
They were like, no,
there's no I, just girl.
Girl. G-U-R-L. Yeah.
G-R-R-L.
G-R-R-L, nice. But they were like, yeah, you seem like you're sick, but not sick enough for us to send you to urgent care because they'll just tell you to go home and rest. So we're just going to tell you to go home and rest and we're just going to write you a profile. So they put me on quarters.
Yay.
Yeah, and I'd been on quarters for, it was about 3 or 4 days.
Tell them about the amazingly random but completely, amazing and half ironical thing about your profile.
Oh, so for those of you who don't know, I've been having back issues.
You've been having issues.
I've been having lots of issues. No, I've been having back issues. So I have degenerative disc in my lower lumbar region. So basically my tailbone. And I have it for a variety of reasons. One of them being my job is sitting at a desk all day. So that's a natural deterioration that happens when you sit at a desk for too long. Another huge factor for me is I have continually injured that part of my body. So I injured the middle of my back falling downstairs in military housing at my first duty station because for some reason they were lacquered stairs that were worn out. I don't know why, but yep. So I was barefoot and I still fell. I flipped my car in England and hurt my tailbone pretty severely. And then ended up, when I was here one year, slipping on black ice and cracking my tailbone again on my brick stoop. So
this is why we replaced your welcome mat.
Yes, my welcome mat was a welcome mat of death, apparently. So it's been hurting more, and I'm getting close to retirement. Ooh, look at that pretty number. And so I have to make sure that things are documented. So when I have my VA claims, it shows progression, it shows what I've done, how it has or hasn't worked, and all that kind of stuff. And so I went to physical therapy. I just had my follow-up with my physical therapist a week ago. And we were talking, and she was like, so how's everything? Apparently, I'm less flexible than I was the first time she saw me in certain areas, but more flexible in others. And she's like, huh, interesting. I'm like, yeah, I'm sore from physical therapy. And in her asking about how everything was going for me, I basically told her, the military has me needing to do a PT test by the end of this month, but by the 18th of next month, I can hit retire, and then they can't make me PT test anymore. And she was like, that's really dumb.
Don't forget your wrist.
Yeah, she's like, you shouldn't be PT testing anyway. I also so I'm hypermobile, so I have wrist pain that flares up, and that makes it so I can't do sit-ups, or I can't do plank, I can't do push-ups, and all that kind of stuff. So between that and my back, like, that's not happening. And so she was like, well, I'm putting you on a profile, like, because I want to make sure that they know, like, you should not be forced to run. You should not be doing push-ups. You should not be doing plank. You need to do it at your own pace. Like, you can't do anything at maximum effort. You need to do it at your own pace while we work on your stabilizer muscles. And I was like, okay, that's fair. So she writes my profile. My profile goes until the day that I hit 19 years and can push the button to retire. And it is not... I don't believe it was intentional. I think that was just... No. She was like, this many days. And that's where it went. What?
Yeah. She signed it for 45 days, and it's like 1 day extra of you hitting the button kind of thing.
It was literally the day of is when my profile goes until like the end of that day. So I was like, oh, that's a very happy coincidence. So it'll be fine.
Yay!
Spider babe. Hypermobility means that you are too bendy in areas. No, not in the ways that you guys are thinking. I'm not
in the
like
way
a
that
stripper. Not a stripper. Not that.
You
bad.
have very, very, very good hip mobility.
Do I? That's actually what they were telling me I'm terrible with. Is my hips. My hip flexors are weak.
I need to have a conversation with your physical therapist because no, I'm saying when you are held in that position.
Well, yeah. Okay, we're done talking about this though.
When
Stop.
Eric, that movie, she wasn't shooting webs out of her butt. She was shooting webs out of her something else. Look, there are a lot of superhero knockoff movies that are porn.
I know. And for anyone who doesn't remember the very high quality, weirdly high budget film Lord of the G-Strings was...
Oh, and there's the one who beat that one out. Was it Pirates?
Oh, yeah. The thing that's crazy is those ones are like, this is almost good cinema. But it's porn. Like, that's it. Who is directing these? Because you should probably be directing movies, not porns. Like,
when all these Marvel movies were coming out, it was funny because a porn star came out and goes, my suit's more accurate than theirs.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I remember that. And they had that with. It happened with a bunch of cosplayers when the Marvel movies were coming out. Cosplayers that had no budget were making more accurate costumes than the Marvel movies were, and then porn knockoff parodies were doing better. And I was like, bro, come on. Like, you have people that are gluing together fucking felt and shit in their basement, and people that are getting railed that have done a better job than a several $1 million budget movie. Like, seriously? It's terrible. I can't. It's very, very obnoxious. PG cut of the Pirates one. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. Michael T. The fact that you, one, know that, and two, that they have done that is terrible.
Would someone find the name of that movie, please? I'm looking for the name of the Poison Ivy Harley Quinn one.
Oh, Sai, should we talk about the thing that happened last week?
Oh, Christ.
Are you talking about me ripping the tooth out of my head?
No, I'm not. I wasn't going to go that route. I was going to go the sexy route. Oh, God. Tell that story.
Right before I left Shae's, she gives me these many, many weeks old peanut M&Ms.
You want to fucking try that again? They were brand new, so fuck you.
They were slightly
stale.
They
were not. No,
yes.
They weren't.
Anyway.
No, they weren't. They were brand new.
So I go to bite into it, right? And I have a tooth that's basically broken half off over on the right side of my mouth up top. And so I bit into this thing, and it just drives this huge fucking chunk of shattered peanut right up between my unhealthy tooth and my healthy tooth. and fucking destroyed it. So,
Yeah.
like, totally unmoored it from the root. So once I got back, it kept getting more and more loose. It was eventually only hanging on by a thread, and we were getting ready to do a fucking stream. And so I had been using my tongue to move it back and forth, trying to get it to release. I finally, I had to pee before the stream. So I go into the bathroom, pee, wash my hands, and then reach up into my mouth and take hold of it, and then just start pulling and pulling. And I can feel the cold sweat break out on my forehead. And so I just keep pulling. And the thing finally fucking detaches. Instant, less pain. I'm not going to say there was no pain, but it was
Instant pain relief.
Yes, not entirely. There was still pain and there was still some blood, but it was better. It was better, and so we made it through that one, and then I needed a little bit more time before it was 100%. But yeah, the pain is gone, and I only have a few shards of root sticking through my gum, so everything's fine. Now, what were you gonna say, Shae?
I can't.
I still have the piece sitting on my desk.
Ew.
So I did a thing that was not.
Oh,
violent
yes.
That's what I was trying to talk about. And
Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
You went down such a route that now it's weird. It's weird to try and bring it back. I'm gonna try to bring back the sexy to the stream now that Sai brought the horror. I won a boudoir shoot. And I had to put it off a couple of times because of sickness and holidays and scheduling conflicts and stuff like that. But we finally did it last week. And it was insane. It was super, super fun. And I have a couple behind the scenes shots that I'm willing to share with y'all because I don't, so look, if y'all want Shae to have a stream where she shares what's in the book, I'm gonna need y'all to start donating because it's a lot of money that I'm gonna have to pay this woman so I can get these done. She's working out on a payment plan for me, which is great, and I love it. She's super, super, super sweet. If anybody is in the Baltimore area and is looking for a boudoir shoot person, Shayna Hardy, if you want her contact info, let me know. She is fantastic. But she's super, super sweet. Did a great job, and so I figured, I don't know, like, do people deserve behind the scenes shots? What do you think, Sai?
Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. Huh.
It was okay. You know what? I'm gonna show him because I had fun, and this was really
This was
entertaining
for you.
me.
Yeah.
This was for me. This was 100% for me. So there's one of the pictures. And the woman who is trying to zhuzh my hair is 5'3". I'm wearing 6.5-inch spiked stiletto heels. So there's a lot going on. But that's one picture, one of the outfits. One of the other outfits, which is also a cosplay outfit, actually. This is my Morrigan cosplay outfit. And that was a very, very, very fun outfit to wear for this photo shoot. We took a lot of photos with that one. And then I have a little behind the scenes video, maybe. Yep, there it is.
It's at the top. I moved
I know. I scrolled all the way down because that's where I had it. So I have a little video that the assistant took.
Oh yes, this is it. Mm-hmm. You, real. You my little phone picture is great.
So you can hear that was the assistant the whole time. She's like, oh yeah, this is it. Look at that. And she's like, this one's for you. Like, she was so fucking cute. But yeah, so I have a lot of photos that as soon as I can finish the payment plan with her, I will have in a beautiful leather bound book, I will have digitals of, and I will have a gigantic wall print that will be one of the first things you see when you walk into our home, because fuck it,
Here
I'm
you
proud
go.
of it.
I zoomed in some.
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
Look at
Gosh,
you.
it cuts into my thighs so much.
Look at you. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Like-
Yeah, it was really, really fun. It's
Shae tried on a bunch of different outfits the night before, trying to decide what she was going to take with her, because you can only
And
take so much. And let me tell
So
you,
many of
the
them.
quote unquote cosplay was the best. It just was.
it was very good. And it photographed really well. So the one, I don't know if I told you this, Sai, but the one that I picked for the wall art is in that outfit. So
Yeah.
when I get, and they're doing a metal wall art print. It's going to be like 17 by 19, like it's big. It's a big metal print, and
Nice.
it's gonna be me in that. So whoever comes to our house, you should already have known before you walked in the door what kind of a place this was. But
Shae, what color is our house going to be again?
Sai and I have talked about it, and we're doing kind of a neon goth look. So we're doing like black or dark blue, depending on like if it's gonna be, you know, outside. We're probably gonna do a really, really, really dark blue, so it'll fade to a blue instead of a gross green or brown, with like bright purple shutters, bright purple door. And when you go into the house, there's going to be a lot of black gothic architecture type stuff, but a whole lot of like bright neon colors. So it's going to combine basically this aesthetic with
So
gothic.
let's be clear. What she's saying is cyber goth.
Yeah. Neon cyber goth. That, I think that encapsulates it all. But we've looked at a lot of inspiration, and I'm tired of being in houses that I don't fully customize as my own. Like I did the black wallpaper in half of this room, not even quite half, but like half-ish of this room, and honestly, I love it. I think that people who are like, oh, don't paint your walls black, it'll be horrible. I'm like, bitch, you just got to know how to do it right. Like if you do it well, and you do it with enough good lighting around, it looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. Besides, there's
fact-
nothing to say that you can't like texture it or anything like
well,
that.
So there's so many different things, and I haven't shown you some of these, so I'm not going to show them here. But I wanted to get to that one.
Are you talking about
picture
the
that kicked it
entryway?
off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the picture that I'm gonna pull up, and I'm just gonna show it on my phone because I'm not gonna bother, is that is somebody's fucking nursery for their baby. That's gonna be our entryway aesthetic, because are you fucking serious? Look at how gorgeous that is.
It's squash.
And then that's gonna be like the outside of the house.
Now you're talking
So
about
I'm-
like when you all finally move into the post Air Force home.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So like when it's gonna be great. I'm gonna be in some little suburb in Utah with all of these clutcher pearl kind of families, and I'm gonna have a black house with purple shutters.
Oh, if I ever come and visit, we're raising hell.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we're already gonna be the black sheep of the neighborhood, because you know, I'm gonna have the side shaved, like long mohawk, bright colors, more piercings, more tattoos.
Oh my god, am I going to be the
Inside.
normal one between the two of us?
I don't know. I don't know which one of us is going to be more disturbing for the populace. Yes, it'll be in Utah. At least initially. So,
No, but maybe the stripper pole. We haven't decided where we're
oh
going to
yes,
put that
no,
yet.
the stripper pole will be going up. The stripper pole is going up for 100% fact in the new home. And then we'll have content of Shae and Sai attempting and probably breaking our ass. But by the way, in my boudoir shoot, the day before, I was playing volleyball and I took a real hard spill, and I had a giant black bruise on my ass.
On
so-
her ass cheek.
the whole
Just right in
time.
the center.
The whole time we're taking pictures, and she's like, "Yeah, let's do a booty shot," and she does a booty shot, and then we see it up on the screen where we're weeding out pictures, and I was like, "So," she's like, "We'll Photoshop it." I'm like, "Okay, thank God," because like that, it wasn't big enough to be like a badge of honor and sexy, but it was like big enough to be noticeable on my very pale white ass.
Yeah, the super tall chick with shaved sides, tall fluorescent mohawk, tattoos, piercings, and her they friend.
Yeah. That's
It's
why I
gonna
say
be
I
awesome.
don't know who is going to make them double take more. Like they're not gonna. I'm hoping that it will.
You're
also,
going to be the Adams family of Utah.
I was
yes!
gonna say,
That's what we're
Shae,
fucking going for.
Shae, we need to trade in both vehicles and get a hearse.
I mean, there would be a lot of storage though when we do cons.
I
if we had
know.
a hearse. There'd be so
know.
much storage. We could take all of the tables and all of the display. That actually isn't a terrible idea.
Yeah, make
See?
sure it's not be an old-fashioned hearse.
Exactly.
Shadowpunk says, "Wait, did you say you're getting a mohawk?" I'm going to do a long mohawk. So I'm trying to grow my hair out again to where it was before. But I'm wanting to do the shaved sides and the bright color hair, and then be able to put it down on one side and have it be all cute and curly, or braid it back and have it look very Viking. And yeah, so there's gonna be and the best part is there's gonna be a mohawk, and then I'm gonna have one of my companies that I'm starting is gonna be a professional development company with motivational speaking and communication and team building and coaching and mentorship, and
Or this.
that's gonna be my look.
Yes.
But see, that doesn't have enough. That I would that can't be the only car.
That is a
can-
1938 Packard limousine.
That can be our like going to an event in style car, 100%, 100%. But like,
We'll need to have Jared drive us.
I don't want Jared driving us.
Oh, that's true.
Ridiculous.
That's true.
You pay me good enough, I'll drive it.
We'll bribe Allie. She's a decent driver, I think.
Allie's a good driver. Allie could drive us.
Jared can sit bitch next to her.
Yes. Jared can be Allie's valet. But yeah,
Fine, I'll be the
so-
fold-away doorman.
Yes. I'm so excited for this though, because we're gonna be in Utah, and we're going to have a lot of different things, a lot of irons in the fire all at once, because my whole thing is my appearance, regardless of what I choose that to be. And already right now, for a lot of people in our line of work, my appearance is already one of those, well, it's not the most professional, because how dare I have almost a full sleeve of tattoo. It's going to get worse when I'm not in the military.
It's going to
So-
get better when you're not in the
It
military.
is. I'm talking about the amount, like from their perspective, it's going to get worse. But my thing is, I really want to be able to not only dress the way that I want to dress, that I've wanted to dress this entire time, but I want to be able to prove a point that regardless of how you look, if you are qualified to do a job, you're qualified to do the job. Because that is one of my pet peeves, is that there's ways that I have wanted to be able to dress or act or appear or whatever, and there have been so many people that have not have had whatever kind of preconceived notion they have about that, and people are going to have that anyway. But we're getting to an age where there's so many people that are expressing themselves and are much more unique and are much more comfortable in their own skin, that I think that a lot of this antiquated what professionalism looks like needs to go, and it needs to change. So we're gonna
Needs to go and change.
we're gonna shake some shit up and see what happens. And you
Yeah.
know, hey, well, like the thing is I maybe I'm successful, maybe I'm not, but we're gonna try.
Shae, I'm sending you pictures.
Okay. Shadowpunk says, "Is there a point to shocking people?" I'm not doing it to shock people. I just know people will be shocked. I want to dress the way that I want to dress. I want to be the way that I want to be, and if people are surprised by that, then that's their thing. That's not my thing.
Jason, fuck your food. Get it on here now.
He doesn't want to be with us. That was a lot, though. Like,
Shae, look at the pictures.
your pictures are ridiculous. Okay, those last two are insanity. That's too much. That's too much for me. I dress like a forest. No, see, and that's the thing is I have various aesthetics. I have the preppy girl aesthetic or the cute standard whatever, and then I have like my crazy artistic shit where everything's super bright and colorful and really like loud and statement pieces, and then I have kind of my more goth punk rocky shit, and like I want to be able to wear whatever the fuck I want to wear. And like when we say piercings, I'm gonna have like a lip ring. That's the crazy piercings I'm getting. When I have a lip ring, I might have a couple of cartilage pieces. Like I'm not.
Oh, you're not getting gauged out and shit.
No,
Fuck no. No.
Not for either of us. Even if I got more piercings, they'd be like 16 gauge. Like
yeah,
not
so
big at
like
all.
like my niece and her wife both have gauged ears, and they look great in them. Like they pull them off. They look really nice. They're not
Until
too
they remove
ridiculous
them.
big. Yeah, but I mean, they always have them in. They always have something in, and so like they look nice. It's part of their aesthetic. They look good. Good for them. I cannot do that. I could not do that. Yeah, and Moromi, I completely understand having dress codes where you can't wear jewelry for safety reasons. That makes sense, right? There's a lot of places like that. I am tired of you think that I've dyed my hair slightly too unnatural of a color and therefore it's going to be a huge deal. Like, my hair color doesn't change my ability to do my job. So, but that's just me. I'm hoping that I can help usher in a new concept of what we deem professional, and instead of looking at it from a very superficial standpoint, looking at it from a more merit-based standpoint, like what are your qualifications and how do you operate and things like that. Like, it's never going to be professional until somebody go get fucked, right? Which,
I mean,
that's not professional no matter how you put it. It doesn't mean it's not needed. Sometimes it's needed. Sometimes people need to be told that. It's not a professional way to tell them, but sometimes people need a non-professional way to wake them the fuck up when they keep screwing up, and when they're screwing up in something that is severe enough that it can actually cause danger or damage to somebody else. Like, in those situations, drop an F-bomb. I don't give a shit. They're gonna have to get over it. Like, stop being a danger to everybody around you. You won't have to hear people swear.
that is true. Yeah,
God, we haven't done one of these in so long. I'm already tired.
I know.
My Max Fleischer Superman figure arrived.
Yay.
Nice. I got a bicycle. I am so excited. I haven't had a bike in forever, but
It's not the
it
village
arrived-
bike, is it?
No. No. But it was one of those where they do like the last mile delivery through USPS, and I was like, how is the post office going to deliver a bike? The answer is in a gigantic box, and I get to assemble all of it. So we'll see how this goes. I was like, oh, cool. This is going to take a lot more. I get to fully assemble my bicycle, and then I can actually try and ride it. Yeah, giant box. Giant fucking box. And it's so funny. The girl that brought it up,
Your postal carrier?
petite little female postal carrier carrying a box that was almost as big as her, and she was just like, raw, drop, okay, here's your other mail, and like was done. She carried that and my other mail and she didn't look like she didn't even struggle. Like, it was like no problem. She just like put the giant box down and then walks up and puts my mail in and then goes back. I was like, she's like the most efficient postal worker I've ever seen.
Oh my god!
I guarantee though she was probably cursing me out the entire time. It's like, this motherfucker gets a
The
bike
chick that
delivered
did
to
your
USPS.
Amazon delivery did it in a fucking 2-door red car.
Yeah, they do that around here and it's really unsettling. Just like random people showing up at my house and then they get like push the kid's seat out of the way and grab my packages to then throw them on my stoop and drive off. And I'm like, it's really disturbing.
Hey Shay, can I share the video a little bit?
Which video?
It's your delivery.
Oh, yeah, okay.
See if there's a way I can do that without... There we go.
Yeah, this kills me. That box is about the size of her. And look at her,
And
she's just like...
It's definitely the size of her truck.
Well,
She's
and
like,
it's not... It's not light. It's not a light box. And she was just
No.
like, and here you go, and here's your mail. Like, oh.
Damn, girl.
I know, right? Like, get it. That's fantastic.
And a big tip for you. Thank you for not just throwing it on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Although she did lay it down, and it literally says on the box, "Do not lay flat." And I was like, it laid flat for like 5 minutes. It's fine.
What was it again? Sorry.
A giant bicycle.
Why can't you lay it down flat?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it says on the box, "Do not lay flat."
Probably the
I
way they
haven't
have the
opened it
tires
yet.
arranged or something.
I don't know, because it also says that I need an air pump, because I'm pretty sure the tires are not inflated.
Hey, did you take the air pump out of my
Nope,
trunk?
it's in your fucking trunk with the other air pump and
Yay.
the other charge cables and everything. So like you have everything in your car and I have nothing in this one.
Well, did
I
you
am-
return all of Jared and Allie's stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll transfer when I'm there.
Yes, we will. Or I'll see if I can find another one.
You know
Both
what is
cars
so
will have
awesome about having a new phone number? I've not gotten one fucking spam call.
Oh, that must be amazing.
You know what's amazing? I kept my phone number from Florida, so now anytime I see a Florida phone number, which is what fucking spam calls and all that bullshit try to do, they'll match your area code to try to
Yeah.
seem like you should
Like,
answer.
oh, it's someone you know. You should answer this. I'm like,
so now anytime I see a Florida area code, I'm just like, decline.
The area code that I have for Maryland is an area code that very few people in Maryland actually have, and definitely nobody that's actually around where I am. And so when I started getting spam calls from the area code, I was like, nobody has this area code number. Like, no one I know does. No, I'm not going to deal with you. Like, no businesses that I deal with do. No people that I hang out with do. And if I hang out with you and we've exchanged phone numbers, you're in my phone. So I know it's you, so I will actually answer. Because I don't answer numbers that I don't know.
Yep.
I told my military unit that, where I was like, if your number, the only thing that is a benefit is all of the military numbers that people call come up as private number. So when I see private number, I'll answer. And there's been a couple of times that fucking telemarketers or people that are trying to get like money for charities have called from a private number is what it said. And I answered and they were like, hi, we're trying to raise money for the, police department. I was like, motherfucker. I thought it was like some kind of a work emergency. Like, no, I'm not giving you money. This is stupid. Why did you call me?
What sucked is that when I worked at lodging, when we get the calls of people, just companies trying to, can we speak to your person who handles your office supplies and all that? I'm like, that's me. Like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, we have a site contract. We just let you know you're calling a federal installation. If you ever call this number again, we will have charges pressed against you. Click.
We had, I don't know what happened, but we had someone who, I don't know if they just gave out a random number or what, but we kept getting phone calls in one of my offices. Like every three or 4 days, we'd get a phone call and they'd be looking for a specific person. And it was a debt collection agency that was trying to come after her for not paying her mortgage. And they kept asking for her. And I was like, nobody by that name works here. And you're calling a federal building. So please stop. And they were like, okay, we'll mark that down. And then 4 days later, I get a phone call from the same motherfucker. And I was like, did I not tell you on Monday? She does not work here. Please stop calling. You're interrupting our mission. And I like hang up. And like, I'm the only one in the office. They're not like interrupting shit, but you know, I'm just like, please stop fucking. And they did it for months. And then they finally were just like, okay, I guess she's not, she really must not work there. And I was
Shae,
like,
you forgot the better one.
What's the better one?
The guy who gave out your home address for his DUI.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that story. Okay. I was at work.
You have to say how it started and then how it ended.
So, I'm at work.
That's usually how stories go.
I get a notification on my phone that there is somebody at my door who is ringing my doorbell. And so I open up Ring, look at it. I have 2 uniformed police officers standing in front of my house.
She's skipping to the end.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Are you talking? Oh, you're talking about all the mail that I got?
You started getting mail, just random mail.
I did. I started getting mail from attorneys, specifically for people that are being charged with DUI charges. And they were like, hey, we can help you, blah, blah, blah. We'd love to represent. And so there was like I got a ton of these. And I was just
in someone else's name.
In someone else's name to my address. I was like, that person doesn't live here. Like, that person's has never lived here from what I've seen. Like, all the mail that I got when we bought the house, this person was never part of that. And so I just kept on like, return to sender, that's wrong address. And like, off it goes. So then I get the cops there. And I'm looking on the Ring, and I see 2 uniformed officers, hands on their guns, because, of course. Because I'm skipping another part. Part. They showed up first when I was gone, and my ex was, when we were still cohabitating, my ex was present. So my ex answers the door. They asked him what his name was. He gave it. They didn't believe him. They asked if there was anybody in the house that he was hiding. One of the officers walked around the perimeter of the house to see if anybody was trying to jump out a window. My ex had to go and get his ID and show the cop, and the cop still was suspicious. Like, the cop was like, I don't know. And so then they come again when he was out and I was out, and they ring the doorbell, and I'm like over my Ring, and I was like, hello, officer, can I help you? And he was like, yeah, we're looking for this person. And I was like, okay, we've gotten a lot of mail about him and his apparent DUI charge, I'm assuming, that you're looking at him for, because I guess I'm assuming he skipped bail and that's why you're at my house. I don't know who this is. I've never heard of this person. Like, there's nobody at the house. If there's anyone at the house, please shoot them. Like, they shouldn't be there. There's nobody who should be at the house right now. And I was like, there's nobody hiding in my basement. There's nobody around. Like, I don't know who this person is. And it wasn't until he heard me and he was like, well, you know, he was like, could you come to the door? And I was like, unfortunately, I'm at work right now. And I was like, I'm actually in the military and I'm on base. And so I can't. But, you know, I can assure you that nobody by that name lives there. And he's like, oh, you're military? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, thanks for your time, ma'am. Have a nice day. And left without any other questions. But, yeah, so some random asshole got charged with the DUI and gave his name and my fucking address.
Hey, Shae, what if it was Dickless?
Unfortunately, I know his actual name, so I know that wasn't him. But
Oh, that's true.
Um,
That's true.
you know what it also makes me wonder, though, is like the guys that crashed into my neighbor's
Garage.
garage thing. I wonder if it was one of them getting pulled over for a DUI again.
And they just randomly picked your address.
Because I was the one that was on the police report for the last time.
Yeah.
I was the one that called 911 when they crashed through the building, and I called 911 and was like, "Hi, we need like ambulance and police here."
So Shae's neighborhood.
It's kind of sketchy.
No, it isn't. That's a weird thing. There's like so
I know,
many rich
I know.
people in my neighborhood.
No, so I'm describing the roads. So they
Yeah,
are not
all the roads
smooth.
suck.
They are
No.
not level, and they are not straight.
Ooh.
So someone decided to fly down that road doing at least 50.
60. He moved that fucking
I'm not done with it.
one car. Well, that's what I'm
Thanks.
saying is in order for him. Continue with your story.
Missed a turn, rammed into an SUV with a smaller car. Shae, could you describe the damage, please?
The SUV that he ran into, it wasn't just an SUV. It was like one of those giant GMC,
Like a Yukon kind of thing?
massive. Yeah, it was huge. It was one of those huge ones. They
Like Escalade or Suburban type shit.
Yeah, big.
humongous. Like I wish I could remember what it was. I can go back through my pictures and see, but he snapped the wheel axle off. Like, that's how hard he hit this car. He snapped the entirety of the wheel off of the vehicle. That ended up where the car was originally parked. And
Kept going.
He pushed this gigantic car about 8-ish feet. And then skipped off of it and crashed into a fully brick garage that was across the way from my house. And this happened about 10 minutes after I had just been out there putting my trash on the curb. So I'm really lucky.
Yeah, wasn't it a Sunday night?
Yeah. I called out of work the next day because I was like, hi, I was up until 2 a.m. Dealing with this. Because, yeah. And
Because you are responsible.
He
person.
hit my neighbor's car. He hit the parking garage thing. And then he hit my other neighbor's car that was parked on the street. And then through the fence, when he skipped off of the garage, he skipped off the garage, he hit the car that was parked in the street, and then through the fence that he didn't completely break through, he hit 2 more of my neighbor's cars. Like, this dude was flying through our neighborhood, and it has a small dip and a turn, and he says a trash can came out of nowhere in the middle of the street, and he had to dodge it. And then he just lost control, and he was going like maybe 30. And I was like, okay,
Sure,
honey.
man.
Yeah.
If he were going 30 and even looked at that SUV, it would have stopped you.
Yeah, it was. I wonder if I can find the pictures.
Take your time.
Friggin', quite a few years ago, I was on my way to work, and on one of my roads, drove past this guy was trying to wave me down. I was like, no, I'm going to be late for work. Then I stopped. I was like, no, I'm going to feel really guilty if I don't help out. Fight it. Luckily, I did turn around because it turned out the guy who was waving me down was another pedestrian who stopped to help out this other person. This girl, I don't know how she did it, but she ended up going up a concrete embankment and just completely entangling her car into a shitload of trees.
Yeah, I've actually seen that. I've seen like where a car has ended up in a tree, and you're like, I don't know how you physically, like, physics has been defied. I don't understand how did you stay there?
Magical.
But luckily, the way the car was positioned, it was right side up. So we were able to get up there and try to help this girl up. Poor girl was bleeding from her head, friggin'.
And I mean, like, I've crashed my car before, like, bad. And, you know,
and
it's disorienting, but, like, still.
Yeah, just couldn't imagine the amount of pain she was in after, because I found, what was that? I was finally, you know, cops arrived. I was finally able to get into her cell phone so that way I could call her parents to let her parents know what was going on. So I ended up calling them back later and asked, apparently the wreck fractured, I think, both of her femurs.
That's rough.
Her hip. A few broken ribs.
Okay, the car that this guy hit, that he broke the wheel axle off, was a Lincoln Navigator.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so
basically an expedition.
So, if you look, you can see that is the axle that's sitting on the ground.
Hold on.
That's the tire that he pulled entirely off of it. So, this is...
So shit was also on fire?
No, there
Or
wasn't.
is that just oil leaking all over the fucking place?
No, that's
looks
just
like
that's
fire.
it's
Shadows.
what? So it's the shadows of the trees.
Okay.
That overhang. Oh, and this is the other thing. So, do you see this blue line? That's where the car was parked.
30
That's
miles
where it
per
ended
hour.
up.
Sure, pal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, it gets better. That's where he ended up. So that's the guy that crashed. He hit this car, and that van. He took out that corner of that building. That looked like this when he was done with it. That's what he took out. Was like an entire piece of that. But I learned that day that there is actually a crew that is designated to just maintain structural integrity of damaged buildings, and they had to come out and shore it up with a bunch of 2x4s to make sure it wasn't going to collapse. So that was fun.
Oh,
but yeah.
So while I'm helping this girl, I call my supervisor. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be late. You know, there's a very major accident here. I stopped to render aid. And he had that voice of, yeah, sure, whatever. And then when I finally went to work, because I was in uniform while I was helping this girl out, there's bits of broken glass stuck in my vest, and friggin' my arms are all caught up from reaching through the friggin' window. I have like vehicle grease on me and shit. He looks at me and goes, "Oh my god, you weren't lying." I was like, "No, dude, I was not lying." What?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Who else works here that lies about this shit?
when I said I wasn't gonna come in, I was like, I'm not coming in. I'm gonna go to sleep. And they were like, okay. And I went, if you would like photos of what I've been dealing with, I'm more than happy to send them. And they were like, nah, it's fine. I'm like, I'm sending them anyway. And I sent photos, and they were like, holy fuck, go to bed. I was like, cool, thanks.
Best to send foot traffic.
Yeah, I was like, they had, I think, in our street, so they had blocked off from across the street for me through like where my yard was. So part of my yard was blocked off, and then a good chunk of my neighbor's yard off to the other side of me and around. And my neighbors were out and they were trying to come back and they couldn't get through because it was all blocked off. And they were like, what the fuck happened? I was like, oh, let me introduce you to this bullshit. And I was like, here's everything that we're at. And they were like, yeah, we saw this shit from our Ring camera and was like, what the fuck is going on in our house? We need to get back home. But they had 3 fire engines. They had the collapse, like, specialist whatever people that were there. And then we had like 5 cop cars and half the neighborhood. Like, the neighborhood was standing on the outside of the tape and everything. And I ended up going under the tape at one point and was talking with one of the cops. I was like, hi, I'm the one that called 911. Would you like a statement from me? Because that feels like something you should have. And they were like, normally, yes, but I think that we have enough statements. And I was like, oh, and they're like, we have statements from people a block and a half away from you when this started. And I was like, oh, that's fun.
I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, I was like, cool. You sure you don't need anything? Like, no, I think we're pretty sure we know what happened. No, and I was like, okay, cool. And they're like, he's going to jail. And so is his buddy when he gets out of the hospital. And I was like, mm-hmm.
Hey, Shae, read
right.
Tank.
2 tornadoes touched down in the last 30 minutes. I might be joining you live from Oz. Dear Lord Tank, please be safe. That is... This is why I want to... See, when we go back to Utah, there's only been like a tornado there, like one time. And,
Never been to Utah. Would like to visit it sometime.
It's pretty. It's if you like to do outside stuff, it's fantastic.
I like camping.
Yeah, you can do so much camping in Utah. The one time that we had a tornado, because you're surrounded by mountains, so like we don't get tornadoes because of that, right? Because everything breaks up. Except the one time that a tornado touched down when I was in junior high, and it blew over a couple stalls in an open air market, went up and passed over the Salt Lake Mormon temple, and then obliterated the gay bar that was being built on the corner, which I thought was kind of funny. I was like, and the thing that's funny is a friend of mine, his dad was the one that built it.
Oh,
it was like the contractor for it, and like obviously like buildings in Utah are not tornado proof because we don't get tornadoes. So like we worry about earthquakes. We worry about being earthquake proof. And so they had said like it wasn't tornado proof because of that. And the story was that the owner of the gay bar had been approached more than once by the church asking if he would just move it down a block so it wouldn't be right on the corner. And he got real nasty and real indignant with them, and they were even like offering to like help offset the cost of him moving and stuff like that. And like he got super indignant, and then right after his bar was built, a tornado obliterated it. And I was like, I don't know if you believe in divine intervention, but that kind of feels like maybe you pissed off somebody. So
Wiz, be safe. And
please
Jason
be safe.
too.
Yes. Yep. Oh my gosh. Guys, I don't know how you deal with tornadoes. I don't think I could do that shit.
Same way I dealt with hurricanes.
So my old hometown, we always got like the tornado watches and the tornado warnings.
Mm-hmm.
But we never worried about it because it was the same situation that you were in. We were where my town was at. It's surrounded by mountains.
Yeah. Well, and that's the weird thing is like when you never deal with it, it's really difficult to understand like what it is you have to do. I remember we heard that there was a tornado, and we had no concept of how far away it was or how quick tornadoes could travel. And so me and my friend had just gotten home from school and panicked and grabbed our pets and went into our basements under, like, in the bathrooms under the sink, because we were like, we saw Twister. We don't have a place that we can go. This is the best we can do. So we're going to sit here and we're gonna hope that this works. and then ended up finding out, yeah, it was like 45 minutes away from us and was very small. And even in the open air market where it started, all it did was blow over a couple of stands. It didn't even like damage anything. It was just kind of like, oh no, your tent has fallen over and your table is no longer upright. And it was like, oh shit. And then it obliterated a bar and then went away. And that was it. It was done.
Yeah, water spouts aren't bad, Romy. I've seen a couple in Tampa Bay, like as in the bay between Tampa and Pinellas.
I saw a video where these nut jobs friggin' went through one in a boat. They were filming it and everything, so it was like, okay, you crazy bastards.
Just drive through it. It's like a boat wash. It's cool.
Well, that's like, we have sand dunes, right, in Utah. And so people go four-wheeling and dune buggying and stuff like that. And then
Get the
in sand
dust
dunes.
devils.
Yeah. You ever driven through one of those?
No.
Don't.
Oh.
It's not a good idea.
We had at Nellis, a bunch of us were all out at the smoke pit smoking cigarettes, and this poor bastard, this one senior airman, he just got back from deployment. He got a brand new Dodge Charger and everything. We're like, oh, look at that dust devil. You know, it's a little itty bitty one, but it was still strong enough to pick up rocks. Then all of a sudden we hear crash, and he stops for a second. He goes, no, runs out to the parking lot. You just hear him scream, no. Yeah, I picked up a rock and put it right through his front windshield.
I mean, at least it's the windshield. Windshields are easy to replace. But
So
I want a side window.
I'm gonna say something real quick, but I gotta be quiet for it. Okay, here it comes.
White thunder rolls deep and it rolls nasty.
What the fuck?
It's from Anchorman.
Anchorman 2.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I remember now. That's been so long since I watched those movies.
It rolls deep and it rolls nasty.
Someone clipped that from Shae. Oh my god. The face was amazing.
I mean, whatever. I no longer care.
And in preparation of tonight's stream, since I am turning 29 again,
We won't say for how many
Fuck,
times.
you're old.
Accurate.
hey look, I'm just happy because someone told me I look in my early 30s. Didn't Allie also say that I looked significantly younger?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Oh my god, and I'm growing out my nails, and at least on my left hand they haven't broken, and they're amazing. And Shae, I could very easily accidentally draw blood with them at this point. They are so sharp. I'm gonna file them some more. I'll paint them. I'm gonna see about being on stream tomorrow. Speaking of which, tomorrow, 4 p.m. 4 p.m.
Yes.
We have Misty America.
Yes, we have been trying to connect with Anthony Sika for, I don't even know how long. It's been a
Not
very long
connect
time.
like that.
No,
Schedule.
like get him on the channel. And there has been so many barriers to that happening. We finally are doing it. It's going to be tomorrow at 4. Everyone, please come out and support. It'll be fantastic. I need to find my flag bikini, apparently. Don't get too excited. If I can't, I'm gonna have to improvise.
I'm telling you, when you order things for cosplays, you just need like a bin.
I have a bin.
Yeah, how's that working?
This has been rescheduled so many times.
Then
was
it should
removed from
still
the
be
bin.
in the bin.
No, because the bin has limited space and other things needed to be in the bin that were actually happening.
Other things and things.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, they're sharp again. They dull a little bit overnight and stuff.
You don't need to have them
Shae,
sharp.
okay, I'm just gonna say this. Shae loves a back scratch with my nails.
I do.
They feel great. So, folks, we're gonna wrap up early. It's been 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with me feeling like shit and Shae not feeling much better, though, let me just take one more moment and let's reflect on this beauty, because holy shit.
Indeed.
I want to thank everyone for coming. I realize that it's almost a month since my actual birthday. So please understand that just you guys being here has been amazing.
Yes. We love all of you. We're sorry that we did not stream for so long. There was a lot going on that was very difficult to navigate. But we're coming out the other side, and things are getting better. So we should be streaming on a regular basis. And Wise Guys, it's so funny that you say that. I have an entire room dedicated to them, and the problem is right now it's filled with stuff that needs to go into storage.
And the other funny thing is, we already have room allocation set for the new house. Yep. And one of them is going to be cosplays and other work. I know you said you'd be on, Jason. It's too late.
I'm sorry, Jason. We love you. We're lackluster tonight.
Exactly. So
we love you guys so much.
I'm going to kick everyone backstage, and we're going to wrap up. Oh, hold on.
Nice nipple armor.
Hi, I'm King Lake. Follow me on X at KingLake86. Go ahead and jump on Indiegogo and do the pre-sign up for the Neon Revenant is due to come out sometime this summer.
Yes. And on behalf of Shae and I, please tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. for Anthony Sika with Misty America. Thank you all so much for coming. Look forward to a resumption of our normal schedule for at least a couple of weeks before Shae takes off overseas to the land of airline worker strikes.
It was 24 hours.
And then I guess I'll be streaming while she's gone. So
hopefully.
Yeah. Have fun, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.